Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are digging into something pretty wild, a brand new military strategy coming out of the Pentagon. And it's a strategy that's betting the farm on one single idea: speed.
So let's kick things off with a pretty provocative question, one that really gets to the core of a new document that dropped in early 2026. What if, for military AI, speed became the ultimate goal and not safety? I mean, this just flips decades of military thinking on its head. It's asking us to picture a world where being first is way more important than being flawless.
And boom, there it is. That single phrase is from the Department of War's AI acceleration strategy. And you've got to understand, this signals a massive, massive shift in how the US military thinks. We're not talking about AI as just some add-on or a support tool. No, this is about tearing down and rebuilding the entire warfighting machine with artificial intelligence right at the very center of it all.
Okay, so what's the big idea here? What's the core philosophy driving this huge change? Well, you can pretty much boil it all down to a simple and honestly almost brutally efficient mantra.
Hız zaferdir. It's Turkish for speed is victory. And this idea, which is being pushed hard by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, it just totally blows up the military's old-school, super cautious culture. The new thinking is this: in the age of AI, the biggest risk isn't deploying a system that's maybe 99% perfect. The real risk is moving too slow and letting your enemies out-innovate you.
So, to make this all actually happen, they're focusing on a new metric, a new way to measure success. It's called deployment velocity. And what does that mean? Well, forget about years and years of careful testing to get perfect reliability. The new goal is just pure speed. How fast can we get a new AI tool from the lab into the field? It's basically shifting the Pentagon's entire mindset from a slow-moving government agency to something more like a scrappy, fast-moving tech startup.
And the whole strategy is really built on this relentless three-step logic. The fundamental belief is that if you can achieve incredible speed in getting your AI out there, that speed will directly lead to military superiority on the battlefield. And in their eyes, that superiority is the only thing that actually guarantees victory. It's that simple. Speed, superiority, victory.
All right, so how are they actually going to pull this off? I mean, it's a big abstract idea, right? Well, the strategy lays out 7 key projects, all designed to make this AI-first culture a reality across the entire military.
And this table here, wow, it really gives you a sense of just how huge their ambition is. I mean, look at this. We're not just talking about weapons and battlefield stuff. You've got SwarmForge, which is all about AI-driven drone swarms. Then there's Agent Network, which wants to use AI to run the whole kill chain. That's basically the entire process from finding a target to engaging it. But then look over at the enterprise stuff. They're rolling out GenAI.mil, which is going to put powerful models from companies like Google and xAI into the hands of almost 1 million people. This is a top-to-bottom total overhaul.
But here's the thing. You can't just launch projects like these without changing the system itself. This isn't just about buying new technology. It means they have to completely rewire the Pentagon, tearing down the old rulebook for how things get done, from bureaucracy all the way to ethics.
And to really force this new focus on speed, they've created something called a barrier removal board. And its job is exactly what it sounds like: to find and just bulldoze any bureaucratic red tape that's slowing things down. As long as it's not actually illegal, if a rule is in the way of innovation, this board has the power to just get rid of it. Simple as that.
Now, check out this number: 30. 30 days. That's the new maximum amount of time they have to get a commercial AI model into the field after it's been released to the public. I mean, think about that. This kind of thing used to take years. It's a direct shot at trying to move at the same insane speed as Silicon Valley.
And then there's this one: 7. Just 7 days. That is the maximum time any department has to come up with a good reason for not sharing its data. This is basically a direct assault on those information silos that have been a huge problem in the Pentagon forever. It's all about forcing a new culture where data is open and accessible to everyone.
Okay, and this is where things get really, really interesting. This slide shows a major shift in the Pentagon's entire ethical framework. So on the left, you've got the old way of thinking from 2022 called responsible AI. That was all about ethical guardrails, being careful, minimizing risk. But now, look at the right. The new 2026 model is called competitive AI. And this new approach puts lethality first. It requires that all tech contracts include an any lawful use clause. And as you can see, it also explicitly rejects DEI, arguing that AI should only focus on objective reality, not ideology. So here's the big question. right? Does going all in on technology like this actually guarantee success? Well, if you look at history, it kind of suggests we should maybe tap the brakes a little bit. I mean, we've kind of seen this movie before. Back in the 60s, you had the electronic battlefield in Vietnam. It was supposed to be this unbeatable game changer, but it was ultimately beaten by pretty simple enemy tactics. Fast forward to 1991 and the Gulf War. The precision strike revolution looked like a huge tech victory, but a lot of analysis later said it had more to do with a weak enemy than some kind of tech miracle. And now, in 2026, the Pentagon is making another huge bet that this time the technological silver bullet is the real deal.
And make no mistake, this is a huge gamble, and it comes with some absolutely massive risks. On the operational side, imagine a glitch in a commercial AI causing a disaster during a secret military op. Ethically, you're talking about weaker human oversight over potentially lethal systems. Legally, what if AI-generated misinformation leads to a catastrophic mistake in war planning? And, of course, geopolitically, a strategy this aggressive is pretty much guaranteed to pour gasoline on the AI arms race with China.
So if there's one thing you should take away from all of this, it's that this is not just a technology update. The Pentagon isn't just buying some new software. This is a fundamental, complete rewrite of military doctrine. They are trying to change the very logic of how America plans to fight and win future wars. And they are betting everything on the idea that their AI will be supreme.
Which leaves us with one final and pretty unsettling question. By putting speed above everything else, is the Pentagon racing toward guaranteed dominance? Or are they taking a reckless leap into a brand new kind of disaster?